All right, welcome back. So let's do another little bit of financial planning here. And let's assume that you've completed classes 1 and 2 and you've done a projected retirement budget. And then you've come up with whether you have to supplement your retirement with your retirement funds or not. Some people are lucky. They don't have a gap on a monthly basis. They have enough money coming in with Social Security and pensions that it covers all of their expenses. So what we're talking about today is how do we look at taking money out of your retirement plans when you do have a gap, when you're spending more than you're taking in through Social Security and pension. And as you'll remember, we looked at an example where we had $1,300 a month in gaps, and that turns out to be a $15,600 annual gap. And then we took that out until age 100 for our 65-year-old couple, which means that they have a $546,000 lifetime gap. Now this is pretty simple. All we're saying is, boy, if your money could last until you were 100 years old without earning any interest on it, if you just could take enough out every year to meet your expenses and last until you're 100, we say that's funded. It's a rather arbitrary figure. Some people figure they'll never live to be 100. Some people want to live to be a lot more than that. That's okay. We're just starting the financial planning process here anyway, but this gives us a sense of where we go from here. Now, if you have more money in your retirement account than expenses over your lifetime, then we say you're funded. Now, the work isn't done. You still have investment management so that hopefully you're investing your money in such a way that you replace the money that's coming out every year with earnings. You have income tax planning, and we talk about something called order of liquidation. Do you take money out of various investment accounts and tax-deferred type of accounts at certain times? We have to worry about things like required minimum distributions, where you, at age 70 and a half, start to take money out of your IRAs whether you want to or not. There's the possibility of the death of a spouse and what happens to Social Security when that happens, major expenses, and so on. So our point is that if you have a funded retirement, the work is only just beginning for we financial planners, but it sure makes it a lot easier if you're funded. If you're underfunded, you don't have, but as far as I can tell, 3 choices. Number 1 is you can lower your monthly expenses. That could be from deciding to take less trips or selling your home and moving into a cheaper place to live. There's a variety of things that you'll have to decide to do if you are in an underfunded situation, because don't forget, if you are underfunded, that means that eventually you're going to run out of money. Now, it may not be till you're 99 years old, or we might do the projections and say it's only going to last until you're 70 years old. It just varies from situation to situation. So the first step is to see if you can attack that projected retirement budget and cut some things out of it. Your second choice is to delay retirement, and while you're doing that, you could pay down debt and maybe save a little more. And also the math is more in your favor, because every time you wait a year, that's 1 year less on life expectancy. So it makes the divisor a little easier when you want to figure out how much money you have left for the next, say, 34 years instead of 35 years. That works out a little better. And the last choice, and unfortunately I see a lot of people do this, they decide now they're going to become stock market geniuses, and they're going to open a self-directed IRA account, and they're going to start investing aggressively and trading and buying options and all these things that you see the advertisements for on CNBC, and they're going to try to make up for the gaps they have by being very aggressive investors. And my experience with that is, please don't. If it hasn't worked for you in the first 65 years of your life, why do you think it's going to start now? So we suggest that you don't take this option, but it's certainly something I see people do, and it makes me cringe whenever it happens. So that's it on funded versus underfunded. That sort of gives you the baseline for where you are in approaching your retirement. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, just shoot me an email or give us a call, okay? Thanks.